Hello, Soul Tribe, my beautiful reflections. Namaste. Thank you for meeting with me here today. Today, I would just like to talk to you about golden handcuffs. So, golden handcuffs, my definition is a situation in which you are trapped in a money over heart conundrum. So you're wanting to go and needing to go towards your to go towards your heart, what your heart is calling you to do, what you know you love to do, your creative expression that you've been given, and you're wanting to pull that in your life, and you need to pull that in your life if you are in the process of ascending and to ascend. And part of that is necessary, big part of that is necessary for you to pull in your soul tribe, your soulmates, your twin flame or highest relationship, however you want, however you want to call that, your twin soul. If you don't believe in that, then your harmonious love connection, the one, and even if, a high vibration soulmate, which there are many of those. There's, from the philosophy of twin flames, there is one. So part of getting ready for that connection, part of being prepared for that connection, is being pulled into your highest timeline and what that looks like. There you will meet your twin flame on your close to highest timeline or highest timeline. It doesn't have to be the highest, but close. And you two can work towards it together, but there's going to be triggers to move in that direction. I can attest that. In my connection, it was very interesting because we were actually, I think, both on our highest timelines or getting there, and then, in our lives, things crashed as the karmic relationships crashed, and then my twin went into the corporate world for the first time in his life, and away from a beautiful creative musical career. And then, interestingly, as I woke up, I literally followed him into the corporate world. Yeah, that one. And so, not his place, but in my own version of it, which I've been a social worker, and I'm still working my way out of that. I hope I'm out. So, it was almost like, the movie. I suggest you all watch it, What Dreams May Come. What is his name? He passed away recently, but he played Mork, right? Forgive me right now. Okay, so I'll remember right after I finish the video. So what happens is that we choose stability and security over following our heart and faith and manifesting and, following guidance, our guides. And it's not always so cut and dry either, okay? So I'm not judging people for taking the path of security if you've got, especially if you've got children, and things like that, and people to take care of. People's expectations of you can be so powerful, and part of this journey, a huge part of this journey, is about breaking free of parental expectations, friends' expectations, society's expectations, your expectations of yourself. Yeah. I have my own problems with that. Especially, for me, I was in a musical career after I broke out of some karmic patterns. And then I broke out of some karmic patterns as a parent wanting to co parent, and then got huge lashback from that, huge tests and guilt and shamed and everything, huge. So it can be real. It can have real, like, maybe it was, maybe I did that to somebody in another life or something. I don't know. It was huge lessons for me in forgiveness and going on that path anyway. But then when I said I didn't make it, so I went back to school, which is something I wanted to do. It was something I wanted to do. And I think I needed to do that for my own, so I could say, when people used to put me down, like, oh, I got the blonde jokes all the time. So it was something like my ego needed to say, hey, that music, I was a great artist as a child. My father was, my whole family was. And I was like, oh, that's too easy, I want to prove myself. And so I got sucked into that, to needing to prove myself. And I went back to school and I got a master's degree in social work. And then, I ended up in careers that I, wasn't that interested in doing things I wasn't so interested in doing. I was actually really good in math, strangely enough, in arts and math. But, it all serves a purpose. I was able to support myself in leaving a karmic relationship. That was hugely important in becoming productive. And in that job, that first job I had outside that relationship, using that master's degree, I found out how much I didn't want to do it. And if I'm going to go to this length, giving people this much of my time, why not do that for myself? My mother was in art careers and she supported us, but it wasn't necessarily her highest timeline either. Hers was in the music industry, music career also. And she still regrets that, because she had children. And she just let me know that, like, last night, oh, I couldn't pursue it because I had children. Let's not blame our children for our own mistake, for our own fears, for our own ego limitations. They don't deserve it. Don't put that on that. Do you know how that makes me feel bad when she says that? Like, oh, I couldn't do it because of you. That doesn't make a child feel good. Adult child, whatever. Like, I knew when she, you know, let's not do that to people in our family. Let's not make other people our excuse. Yeah, if you have to work through ego limitations, you're going to get your own answers. But we have these limitations on time, time and money and space and things and relationships, and we have ego attachment to children and all kinds of stuff. So this journey is about awakening to all that, all those lies, all those half-truths, and shedding those fears, and awakening to love, and believing and seeing the miracles that can happen. Miracles happened in and around me and those people that I loved, and for my children, and for so many people that I've interacted with, when I released vengeance, when I released anger, when I believed in the highest good, when I searched for answers within myself. And I used a lot of A Course in Miracles philosophy, Ho'oponopono. Oh my gosh. So back to the golden handcuffs. Golden handcuffs are what can keep us from our highest destiny. And yes, right now I'm looking at that in my life also. Right now I'm kind of in a race, if you will, between getting a job, which is what even I'm listening to my older parents. When are you going to get that job? How's that job interview going? Versus getting this material out there in the world, which is, I love to do this, but also my more creative side is in music and dance and singing and writing songs. So that's another part. I have another channel about that. Lux Express is what it is right now. And anyway, so don't be, these are not golden handcuffs. See, I don't have any gold. Like the less gold you have, like you don't have to worry about all that golden handcuffs. Live frugally. Like, don't let it be another form of slavery for you. It is just another form of slavery. Oh, I've got to have that. I've got to have that. I've got to have that Gucci. I've got to have this pair of like new thing from someone. Maybe that's the case. Maybe we can do that and have those things. But I'm saying, let's, are we getting into our creative side? Are we allowing time for that for ourselves? Are we pursuing what our hearts want? This is so important on every journey. Like if we're with a karmic person that is, say like in an abusive relationship, or they've got addictions, or they're cheating, or whatever. Those are karmic relationships. Or and they're mean, or they've got some kind of abuse going on. A twin flame will not be abusive. They will be triggering, and you can have all your illusions come up and think that they are, and think that they're doing this. What happened in mine, we both thought that each other was betraying the other one and doing things, and no, it wasn't going on. it it's all that old ego stuff coming up. Oh, the fears of it happening. And you'll be amazed, like, you will be sure it's happening. And that's part of working through the ego stuff, the trust and the love and everything. And yeah, there's karmic issues that happen within the twin flames that working it out in their own lives. Like, we'll have children and parents. Actually, me and my twin have that right now, where we both are taking care of our parents, and there's children issues, and so ex's issues that have to be worked out, and releasing those karmic attachments, and they take time to work out, and being patient with each other on that, and surrendering to that love. Love is unconditional when you love that person, whether they can be there for you or not, while they're working all those things out. That is unconditional love. Letting them do what they need to do for them to be comfortable. However, you of course you want your needs met, but it's about you loving you first. Let's get back to the golden handcuffs. So try to work yourself out of the golden handcuffs. Get into your highest timeline. What do you really want to do? If money was not an obstacle, time was not an issue, money was not an issue, nothing was an issue, what would you do free of charge? Ask yourself this. Work your way somehow into your highest vision of yourself. And this is part of your soul journey and your soul awakening, which is so important for your highest vibration connections, soulmates, and twin flames, twin souls. Okay, everybody, that's it for now. Remember, break the golden handcuffs. Bless till we meet again. Oh, wrong button.